I'm just going to check if I'm live because I tried before and then it wouldn't connect. So let's see if this is working. Yes, I think I'm live. Yeah, I think I am. Okay, but just to be sure, make sure to say something in the chat so I know that you can hear me and that you are here. Just gonna scoot back a little bit. So hi, how is everyone? It is very hot today. So I might be taking this cardigan off, even though I want to show you. I have quite a bit of things that I want to show you today. Let me just check. Right. Okay, so do let me know if you're here. If you're watching on your laptop or on your phone, you should be able to say something in the live chat. And then I can read your comments. You can ask me questions while I'm here. And just some admin stuff before we start. So this is a live video. So even if you're watching this when it's not live anymore, it may be a little bit less quality. And you can change that by going to the settings wheel and choosing the quality there. And hi, I can see someone's here. Hi. Right, so how is everybody? I have been knitting a lot, but a lot of that is also for a deadline. Which I cannot show you, but I do have a lot of other things that I can. And the first thing is this Pixelated Cardigan, which I had already finished last time, but it was still on the blocking boards 2 weeks ago when I recorded my last podcast episode. So I'll see if I can scoot back a little bit more. There are blocking mats still on the floor behind me. So this is the Pixelated Cardigan. And it is a pattern by Knit Collage, and their patterns are available on their own website and also on Ravelry. And this actually is a hacked version of the Pixelated Cardigan because I actually wanted to knit the Kaleidoscope Cardigan, which is another pattern by Knit Collage, which is coming out a little bit later. And I really love the look of that because it was just a striped cardigan. And the Pixelated Cardigan has some color work up the top, which is also super beautiful, but it didn't really fit the yarn that I was using. I wanted to use a lot of colors and not just two. So I basically followed the Pixelated Cardigan pattern and then did the striping instead of the color work. And the pattern still has you do an edging here, but I did not do that. And it curls a little bit, but not too much, so I'm fine with that. Oh, hi from Japan. Oh, that's exciting. Hi. I want to go back to Japan so bad. I've been there a couple years ago and I'm just dying to go back. Yeah, but let's not get sidetracked. So this is the first thing that I have finished. I think I already took that off my whipboard. Yes. So I'll get into the other things that I've been making. Oh, hi from New England. Hi. Please do share where you are coming from. I love to see it. I know it's probably still morning in USA. And what time is it in Japan? I think it's evening. It's probably like +7 hours, I think. Right, so I have a brand new design that I want to show you. I have been working on a new sock pattern, and actually this was brought about by my boyfriend, who is also knitting a pair of socks. He's knitting a pair of socks for me, and he's doing the heel right now. He already stopped once or twice while doing the heel. Usually I just do it in one go, but yeah. It is, oh, the needle is coming undone a little bit. Yeah, but he's making quite a bit of progress. We even did a gusset because he's knitting quite tightly, and this pattern, or this yarn is a cotton blend sock yarn, so it doesn't have that much stretch, I don't think. So I thought we'll better do a gusset and then start the heel after that. But it looks great so far. And oh, it's 9 at night in Japan. Okay. Oh, hi from beautiful Brabant. Hi. Yeah, please do keep sharing where you are watching from. So my boyfriend was knitting these socks, and he was asking me how to do the heel, and I said, well, you'll have to turn your work and knit in rows a couple times. And he said, oh no, I have to purl. I say, yeah, you have to purl. And when he was actually purling, it wasn't that bad. He said, oh, this is actually quite easy. But from a previous project, he made a hat, and he had done some ribbing on that hat, and it was the ribbing that he had remembered that he didn't like. And as a beginner knitter, I did not like ribbing, switching between knitting and purling. I did not like it at all. So I was motivated to think about a pattern that doesn't use any purl stitches at all. So yeah, that got me quite inspired to design a new pair of socks. And that is exactly what I've done. I've designed some no purl socks. Let me just moderate the comments a little bit. Some of the comments, it requires me to approve them first for some reason. Hi everyone, so nice to see you. Yeah, my boyfriend does knit, so he only knits a little bit. He's knit a hat before, and he has crocheted something to go on his flashlight and to put an extra battery pack in there, which is super clever. But this year for Valentine's Day, he got me this ball of yarn, and I was like, okay, you know, that's a nice gift, a ball of yarn. And he was like, no, 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 I'm gonna be knitting you a pair of socks with it. So that was even better. So yeah. So this has been in the works since February 14th. But yeah, it's getting there. So my no purl socks, I got out some delicious yarns. Look at these colors. And again, every yarn I have seems to match with my wall. These yarns are from Sandra's Craftfulness, who is a Dutch indie dyer, and she doesn't dye anymore. But she dyed wonderful yarns, so I'm happy that I still have a few skeins of her. And this was a mini skein set, so these are all sock yarns, and I especially love this one. A lot of colors in there. Yeah, so I used them all, and I've almost finished the second sock, so I'll show you the first completed sock first. Ta-da! I'll fold it so that you can see the heel as well. And I'm planning to have 2 separate designs. So these are the no purl cuff down socks. I know, cuff down for me. I'm a toe up socks girl, but yeah, I decided to do a cuff down pattern for this one as well. So it has a garter stitch rib and a garter stitch heel as well. And I've done a garter stitch heel before and it fits me really nicely, and it's also very durable. So yes, it's a German shirtcrew heel. The same one actually as is on my YouTube channel here. I have a tutorial video for German shirtcrew heel, but you know, I just replaced all of the purling with knitting, knit stitches. So it's all knitting. Sorry, I have to drink some water. And sorry if the camera is moving because sometimes I'm hitting the table and then the tripod moves a little bit. Hi everyone. So it's a garter stitch heel, and the cuff is garter stitch as well. So for the cuff, you knit it sideways. So first you start with a garter stitch cuff in rows, and then you Kitchener stitch it together and you pick up stitches and knit the sock. And I've almost completed the second sock as well. Look at them. Oh, I love the colors so much. And I made them perfectly matching. I'm knitting 16 rounds per color. I still have an itch in my throat. Thank you. Yeah, I love them so much. And for the color switching, I'm using the same technique as I used for my scrappy socks. There's a video on my Patreon page right now for how you can switch to a new color without having to weave in the ends. So you kind of weave them in while knitting. So these I can just snip off. See, they are woven in here. And that video is still available now on my Patreon page, but I will also make it available on my YouTube channel. So yeah, but that's just, you don't have to knit them with so many colors. You can also just choose one color. And I really like this garter stitch cuff. You know, first of all, no purling, but also it is so stretchy. I think it is stretchier than most socks I've knit. Let's see, I have a pair here, my striped and stranded socks. They are also stretchy, but you do notice that the last round is just very just tighter. The ribbing stretches further than the cast off edge, and with the garter stitch you don't have that, so it is very stretchy. And yeah, so I'm doing a tutorial series on these as well, and there will be PDF pattern in my shop. And then I'll get working on the no purl toe up socks because I think that would be fun as well. So for that one, you'll have to pick up, no, for that one you'll have live stitches here and then knit the garter stitch cuff sideways. So I'll still have to figure out how that works. So this was easier to do at first. Yeah, but I really like how it looks. So let me know what you think. I'm just now at the toe decreases, so I'm going to record that video, and then I'm going to finish up the whole written pattern and publish that in my pattern stores. Yeah, and then I have another skein of Sandra's yarn. I'm looking at it right now. It's a little bit like this one. So it's a kind of minty blue with some brown and mustard speckles in that one. So I'm hoping to use that for the toe up socks. Yeah, and do let me know what you have been knitting. If you've also been knitting socks. I've been knitting loads of scrappy projects for the scrap along, and I'm seeing loads of people join in as well, which has been super fun. But do let me know what you are knitting on, or crocheting on, or sewing, or embroidering. And I'll catch my breath in the meantime. I'm learning to not talk super fast, so so I don't run out of breath. Yeah, so this is the new design that is coming to my stores soon. Taking care to not poke myself in the eye. And yeah, it's just one of the designs that I'm working on, and this one I can finally show you. Right, and I've also put that on my whip board, and I've almost completely finished it, so I'll just put it at 90% for the no purl socks. So again, as a recap, I'm doing 2 no purl sock patterns. One will be no purl cuff down, and one will be no purl toe up. Yay! All right, let's take a look at your comments. Hey, Faye! Faye says, I've been working on your Cozy Moment shawl, but I have a couple of other whips on the go too. Yeah, I saw your Cozy Moment shawl on your Instagram this morning. The campsite shawl. Oh, which one is that? A couple of whips, I mean 15. Yeah. Well, I think I still have more whips, so no worries about that. I think I have maybe 20. Yeah. Oh, Nicole is knitting socks and spinning lace for the first time for a shawl. Spinning lace, wow. That takes some serious spinning skill, but I know you're really into spinning yarn, so I think you have way more spinning experience than me. But I'll be curious to know how that is going. Yeah. Who has more than 15 whips? Anyone? Or who has more than 20 whips? That was what I have. Or does anyone just have one whip? You're crocheting a rabbit. Oh, that's so cute. Just in time for Easter. I always try to do some seasonal knitting or crochet stuff, but I always seem to run out of time. So for Halloween, I did a pumpkin wreath for on the front door, but for Easter, I didn't think about it at all. Wow, somewhere near 50 whips. Wow, that makes me feel good actually. Yeah, that makes me still feel in control. Oh, Sana says, I knit one thing, and for now that is socks. Oh, that's really good that you can just knit one thing at a time. Someone said piles of tips. Do you mean piles of whips? Oh, you have quilt projects too. That's so cool. I've never quilted before. Hi from Ukraine. Hi. Hi from the Netherlands. Oh, good. You meant whips. Okay. Could also have been needle tips. I have a bunch of needle tips. All right, what do we have next? Right, because I had finished so many, well, I say so many. I had finished a couple things 2 weeks ago. I had finished this cardigan, and I'm blanking. My scrappy socks and my cozy moment shawl, and the fourth was a secret thing. So I had finished pretty much all of the things that I was working on, and I didn't have anything to work on when I was just sitting on the couch. So I dug out one of my very old whips. It's in this bag. Bonus points if you know which maker this bag is by. Is by the Blue Rabbit House, I think. Is there a tag? Oh, here it is. Yes, the Blue Rabbit House. And this one was exclusively for Cross and Woods. I don't know if that's mirrored or not. I don't think it is. Yeah. So I bought this one with a cute little sheep at Edinburgh Yarn Fest, which was 2019. Um, but the whip is older than that. So in in here I have a whip. I don't know how many years old. Um, it's mustard and crochet. Oh, good morning from California. Wow. I think it's even better weather where you are. It's like uncommonly sunny here for this week in the Netherlands. It was like 20 to 24 degrees Celsius, which is like sunbathing weather for us at least. But I hear that it's going to snow again next week, so who knows? Yeah, so this is my Olga cardigan. And some of my longtime viewers might recognize this. And I know Tracy has also made a version of this. I don't know if she's watching. But this was in the Yarn Bookazine in the folk issue. Oh, I actually might be able to tell how old this whip is by the publication date of this. 2018. And this was the, I don't know if it was beginning or end 2018. Oh, 80s Fahrenheit. I know that 100 degrees Fahrenheit is like fever temperature, but that's like the only thing I have to go on. But I'm guessing it's very hot. Right, so in the Yarn Bookazine, I have 2 patterns in there myself from the little reindeer, which some of you will know, and the Winterberry socks. And I am making the Olga cardigan by Susan Walsh. And let's actually show you the pattern pictures. Oh, here's the reindeer. I love that one so much. And here are my socks. So you can still get this magazine, and I think you can also get the patterns separately now. But I think that's only on Ravelry, so it might also be on the Scapies website. But you can still get the Bookazine for sure. Where is the cardigan? There it is. It's so beautiful. Just look at this. I mean, I love wearing dresses and I love high-waisted things. And so I think this one is easier to see. Look at how beautiful that is. And oh, you can, yeah, one of the models is wearing these Dr. Martens high boots, and they are with embroidered flowers, and I actually bought those boots. And then I sent them back again because they weren't for me. But I'd love to own some Dr. Martens sometime. Yes, but I'm making this cardigan, and the original is made in Sapia's Sweet Treat, which is a very thin and mercerized cotton yarn, and I'm making it in Roulette, which is a non-mercerized cotton. I think it's cotton acrylic mix. Where is it? Yes, 60% cotton, 40% acrylic. Sapia's Whirlette. So you might know Sapia's Whirl, and this is kind of the solid colored version to go with it, to, you know, if you want to add a border or something. But it's very nice. It's a very nice yarn on its own as well. Oh, hi, Ivana. Hi, everyone. Let me just check if the quality is still okay. I have to really notice that I'm not bumping the table, because I'm seeing the replay on the screen, and I see that the screen is sometimes moving. Yeah, so this is the Olga cardigan, and it is a very advanced pattern. So this pattern blows my tiny mind. I have so much respect for Susan Walsh. Susan Walsh. So she is from Pepper Goose, and she is hosting a make along at the moment in the Scapious Facebook group, which is called the Beach Days Now. I'm just gonna take off this cardigan because it is hot, and I need to put this on anyway. And I have been working on this on and off for a couple years because yeah, it's quite difficult, and it's not a project that you can just pick up and know instantly, oh right, this is where I left it. So you really have to check the pattern, and yeah, I can't memorize it at all, so I have to check every row. And you actually start at the sleeve cuff. So you make 2 sleeve cuffs, and then you crochet the sleeves, and then you do the other sleeve first, and then you crochet, yeah, so you start from the outsides and then you crochet inwards, and then you crochet the middle panel, the central panel of the back, and then you crochet these flower squares to connect the sleeve parts with the central body part. So Susan, I don't know how you're doing it, but it is amazing. And for everyone who is following this pattern, just trust it. I always try with crochet or knitting patterns, if I'm following someone else's pattern, I try to just like visualize it. So if I'm, yeah, so that I know what I'm doing. But with this pattern, that was just, I could not comprehend what I was doing. But just trust the pattern and it will be okay. So now I have connected the central body with the 2 sleeves, and I'm now working on the button band. And I can try it on. Yeah, it's very complicated, Mika. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm happy that I got past the difficult part, and now I just have to do the button band, which is mostly double crochets and trebles, so UK crochet terms. And then I'll also need to do a edging here, and that will be kind of the same edging as this one, more or less. So I don't know if the quality is good enough so you can see it, but it's kind of this scalloped edge that I then still need to make. I know it's pretty, right? Oh, yeah. So I've been working on this for years, and each time I think, okay, I'm gonna finish it for next summer. Okay, no, for next summer. And you know, you can wear it in winter too. But I think I'm finally gonna finish it for this summer. I did lose one of my crochet hooks in the process. So this pattern, you use 2 different crochet hooks for it. And I'm now using a 2mm, and that's bigger than the size in the pattern because I'm using a slightly thicker yarn. And for every, let's just see, I think I am making size small. But of course I'm using a bigger yarn, so it will be slightly bigger. And now I usually wear a size medium or large, and it's, you know, flowy on me. So I'm actually not sure what size I am making right now. I can't find the pattern. But I think for the pattern you have to use a 1.75mm hook. Oh, someone asked, what would you wear underneath? So yeah, I could wear this underneath, which is a t-shirt, but you could also just wear a regular top. Um, the top doesn't have to be very dressed up. You can just have a plain cotton top because the the cardigan itself is so, you know, decorative with all of the flowers. So you actually want what you're wearing underneath to be kind of plain. But you know, I know myself, I like mixing prints, so you might just well wear this with a flowery shirt. And I really like what they wear in the pictures as well. So they wear this with a long dress. Um, Here it is. So this model, they have a kind of like blousey dress for her. And here it's really just a plain dress. And the sleeves kind of come out, you know, the dress sleeves are longer than the cardigan sleeves. Sometimes for some people that will bother them, so you can also wear a short sleeve dress or maybe just a strappy top dress. Yeah, and for this one, because I'm using a lighter color, I think I want to wear something darker underneath so that you can actually see the pattern. So that's kind of what I'm thinking of. But yeah, mixing handmade gardens items or garments in your wardrobe can be very difficult because you know, you've knit this or you've crocheted this garment, and then sometimes it can be very difficult to actually match it with some existing clothes in your wardrobe. Um, let's see. Oh, someone says, I think it will be perfect with a dress or a medium skirt. Yeah, I think so too. And I have a dress pretty much like that in the picture, like a wine red one. So I'm not sure if the color wise would be good for me, but we'll see. We will see. And otherwise, I'll buy something to go with it. Yeah, but I had crocheted this cardigan up until about here. And I've just finished a couple of these flower squares, so I've not done a lot. But I've picked it up again, and that's something. So I'm marking my progress here because I still need to do the flower border, and I think that's gonna be difficult. So, and Susan has a lot more of these stunning designs. So look her up. She's Pepper Goose on Instagram. She has a website as well called Pepper Goose. She has amazing designs, and you know, her specialty is really small needle size, thin yarn, and then the most beautiful garments, and all crochet. I think she has some new knitting patterns as well, but yeah, she's just amazing. So I'm really happy to be picking that up again. And talking about Yarn Bookazine, I don't know if you've seen the new version. So this is obviously from a few years ago. So there have been a couple issues between these. But this is the new version that came out just a couple weeks ago. This is yarn 11, I think. Yes, number 11. And this one is called Macro Botanica. And it's all about plants. You know, when I first heard Macro Botanica, I thought, okay, leaves and stuff. Yeah, I'm very technical like that. But it's actually about if you are looking at nature through like a microscope and what you see, like the plant cells and you know, textures in the leaves if you really look really closely at it. And I have a pattern in this as well. Oh, Faye, thank you so much. So Faye says she's actually purchased this bookazine for my shawl. Oh, thank you. I really love this shawl, and I love the photography even more. So there are beautiful, beautiful things in here. And the yarn Bookcasing is always divided in four categories. And for this one, they have attract, reproduce, defend, and grow. So for defend, you might think of like thorns on roses or the Venus flytrap. This is beautiful. So this is by Esme Crook from Red Sparrow Crochet. And this one, which is kind of like love me not flower. You can pick off the leaves. It's really, really cute. By Nienke Jongstra. And let's see. Oh, right. And this bag by Natalia. I want to say Natalia Kononova. Yes, I got it. I got it right. So beautiful. Natalia really has really beautiful, detailed crochet designs, and you have to check her out. I think her her company name is called Outstanding Crochet. Right, and then this one, the Dahlia Duster by Cara Medes. And I don't know if any of my viewers here have watched Top Gear. I used to watch a lot of Top Gear because my dad is a total, car freak. He has owned so many cars, and I used to watch a lot of Top Gear with him. And in each episode, they have one celebrity going around their racetrack and then trying to beat the time. And then they would have them all drive the same car, and it would be their reasonably priced car, the Dacia Duster. And so the Dahlia Duster just, yeah, it made me think of that instantly. So yeah, if you know Top Gear, then you might get that reference. But it's a beautiful pattern. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful pattern. It's kind of like this, yeah, a duster, kind of a robe that you put on. It's beautiful. But it just made me chuckle a little bit. Oh, and I love these planters as well. I think it's made with a couple yarns held double. But let me show you the shawl that I made, or that I designed. The shawl that I made is actually not in here. There it is. Ta-da! I love the photography. Look at that. It's just, I don't know, it kind of makes me think of this flowy coral reef or something. I love coral and I love scuba diving, but so that might just be me. But it's beautiful. So this is the Bonacci Charlotte, and this version is made by my sampler Ruline, and they liked her version so much that they photographed this for the magazine. So my version uses a slightly different colorway, a bit more foresty green, and yeah, I can't. I think I used foresty green instead of the blue one, but I also used, no, I didn't use blue. That's it. I did not use blue, and they wanted blue. Yeah, so I absolutely love it. It's a lace shawl, and the yarn that I use is Skippies R Tribe, which is a merino mix yarn. So if you can also make it into a more summery shawl if you use a more cotton blend yarn like Roulette. But the R Tribe version, I just think it's beautiful. And yeah, I really, really love it. So I wanted to show you guys. It uses two different lace charts. So one for the shawl body and one for the edging. So it's just you know, if you know my Cozy Moment shawl, it uses a lot of lace charts. And of course, it's really entertaining to make, and it's great if you're a beginner lace knitter because um, you never get bored of the same lace pattern, and you can try out a lot of different patterns at the same time and learn a lot of different techniques. But this is just really, really nice. You know, once you've memorized this lace chart, you just, you know, it becomes much easier to follow the pattern. And then as a kind of motivation to finish the shawl, because I know that at the end of the shawl you're always like, oh, another row. Oh, they're getting so long. At least that is how I sometimes feel about shawls. So at the end you have a different lace pattern to kind of like motivate you to finish the shawl, and then it finishes right after that lace pattern. So yeah, so I just really, really love it, and I love the photography, and I mean, even like the plants and succulents, I mean, I love it. And yeah, it's just a really great bookazine, and go buy it. Go support all of these designers that are in this bookazine. Oh, hey, Chris. I'm going to take this off now in case, because it's still attached to the yarn. I don't want to pull out any stitches. Oh, I'm sitting on it. Okay. Oh, right. And I don't know how he thought of it. I think perhaps we were looking through the bookazine, but my boyfriend is a biologist, or an ecologist actually, and he asked me if I could have any ability of a plant or an animal or something in nature, if I could have any ability, like ability to fly or to breathe underwater or see UV light, what would I choose? And I'm gonna share what I said in a minute, but I wanted to ask you guys the same question as well. So let me know what you would choose if you were able to just pick an ability from an animal or a plant. What would you pick for yourself? And someone says, what's the name of the magazine? It's Yarn Bookazine. In Belgium, I think you can get it in Belgium. I know of Escapeus Stockist in, I think it's Oostende. It's Atelier 9A. But I think there are a lot more stockists in Belgium. And if you can't get it in Belgium, you can also get it in at Caro's Atelier. That's a Dutch yarn shop, but they also they also ship to Belgium, I think. Yeah, so Yarn Bookazine, Escapeus Yarn Bookazine. And they have 2 issues every year. And I also have a design in the next upcoming one. And I know that they're already working on the second upcoming one. So they're always working a year in advance. Yeah. Okay, Faye says, I want to breathe underwater. I can't swim, lol. Yeah, I also thought about breathing underwater because I love scuba diving. And yeah, but I just, I don't have a fear of being underwater, but I have a fear of things like going wrong and like my tank, you know, not connecting to my breathing apparatus anymore. So I sometimes get really scared about that. So yeah, I also thought about being able to breathe underwater. That would be amazing, because then you could just look at all of the beautiful fishes and coral reefs without having any worries. Someone says, I would like to be able to fly. Yeah, that would be amazing. Oh, Emmy says, I wouldn't mind going in hibernation for the winter like a bear. Yeah, I know some people who would really, really like that. Okay, you want to know what I said? Yeah, because I was thinking about breathing underwater, and then I was like, no, I want to be like a spider and have yarn coming out of my bum. So you can just have yarn anytime, and then knit with it like a spider. Yeah, I would like that. Or like be a sheep and then have wool all around, but then you wouldn't be able to use it yourself. All right. Also, if you're watching on the replay, let me know what kind of ability you would choose. Yeah, pooping yarn. Yeah, but you know, I actually don't know much about the anatomy of a spider, so it's probably a different whole. Oh, let's not go into this too far. Yeah. Or maybe like a silk caterpillar. They do spin that themselves, right? Yeah, they do. Right. So that was the no. We were just talking about the Bonacci Charlotte. So what else do we have to talk about? Right. So my mom asked me, her sister, so my aunt, she was cleaning up her attic, and my aunt is like, I think she has done all of the crafts. She has done mosaic. She's really good at mosaic actually, and like Tiffany glass and sewing. And I actually don't know if she's knitted before, probably. But she was cleaning up her attic, and she had a bunch of lampshades. And my mom asked, "Do you want some of these?" And I, my initial reaction, yes, because I love lampshades. I have a crochet lampshade right above me. Let's actually see if I can show you. I don't know if I can. So here, this is a crochet lampshade. So I bought the frame and then I just crocheted around it. And I have a similar one in the in our bedroom, but it's still there, so I still have to crochet around that. But yes, so I was thinking, okay, I think I can do something with these, but I spotted a problem, and I don't know if maybe some of you can help me with finding a solution, because usually you'll have another line here where you can attach the lampshade to, but here there isn't. So I was wondering what kind of lampshade you would be able to make for this, because you can't really attach it to here, because this is what you put around the light bulb fitting. So you don't want this to be becoming very narrow. So, and I think if you're just attaching a few threads here and there, that's okay. But my mom was also thinking to use like ribbon and to wrap it around and around and around. And with that kind of wrapping, you'll get a lot of excess fabric here. And I think that might be too much. So what will you guys do to kind of, yeah. I thought perhaps someone will know. So if you know, please do let me know in the comments, because I'd love to do something with these. She has like 20 of these. So we were thinking about making small lampshades for like fairy lights, you know, those big retro Christmas lights. I think that would be really, really nice. And, oh, I also wanted to show you the inside crochet that I have a new pattern in, but I left it downstairs. So I'll show you next time. I have a new blanket in there, the floral pop blanket. Yeah, but I left both the blanket and the magazine downstairs. So I'll just save that until next time. What I still have for this time, it's not going to be a lot of knitting related stuff. So if you want to go, that's okay. But this week, my boyfriend and I went to the beach again because he had to do some work there. And we went shark teeth searching again. And I remember last time when I told you guys about that, someone asked to see the shark teeth. And I completely forgot that time. But I did take them, or I prepared them on my desk this time. I have some stitch markers in there. So these are all from the first time we went. And I had actually never gone looking for shark teeth. But my boyfriend is just, he loves everything with, you know, fossils and stuff. He's obsessed with Jurassic Park, and he had done this for a lot, just a long time in his childhood. So he had found some shark teeth. This is just a tip of one of them. It's broken off. I think the other ones are broken off too. But this time, I found my first shark tooth. And it's an entire one. So I found this one. Look at that. It's not broken. It was just starting to ebb. So the sea was at its highest and then starting to go back. And that's where actually you have the best chance of finding stuff because it's freshest, if you want to call it that. So yeah, I thought it was very cool. My very first shark tooth, and it's not broken. And then a few meters after that, I found another one, but it was chipped off. So yeah, I wanted to show that because someone mentioned they would like to see it last time. Oh, someone has a tip about the lampshade. Crochet, and on the top maybe some elastic that can hold the crochet in. That would be a good idea. To have an elastic here so that it doesn't slide off. And I'll have to see, because sometimes crochet, if you use mercerized cotton for it, it can be sturdy enough so that it can kind of like stand up on its own. But yeah, I'll just do some experiments. Okay, I'll clean this up after because it's making too much noise, I think. So I wanted to end this with some more Netflix recommendations, because some people mentioned that they really like to hear that on my podcast. Just some lighthearted things alongside the knitting and crochet. And I've been starting a new series on Netflix, and it's not a new series, it's just a new to me series. And I think it was brought about by the popularity of the interview with Oprah and Meghan and Harry, because on Netflix suddenly Suits was trending again, which is the show that Meghan Markle worked on or acted in. So yeah, so I've just started watching that. I'm just a few episodes in, but I always like these shows where there's kind of an underdog, and then they turn out to be really good. So in this show, it's about a lawyer firm So it's a lot of lawyer speak. But there's this one guy, and he did not go to Harvard, but he can memorize the whole book. And yeah, I just really like shows like that, where people can just memorize a lot of stuff off the top of their heads, like Sherlock Holmes. I love Sherlock Holmes on Netflix as well. Oh, and I saw there's a new one based on Sherlock Holmes. Um, I don't remember the name of it, but they mentioned 221 Baker Street in the trailer. It was like this group of kids who were trying to go after Sherlock Holmes because he had disappeared. Anyway, I'll have to look up what that show is called. And I've been watching some more episodes of Outlander. I'm in season 4 or 5. And I had paused it for a while because it just got a little bit depressing and I needed some lighthearted stuff. And around that time, Bridgerton came on Netflix, so that was the perfect antidote. And now I'm feeling okay enough to watch a couple more episodes. And yeah, like all of them were gruesome again, but still I want to finish it. Especially now that I've seen the actors working on season 6. Yeah, so let me know if anyone is watching Outlander as well. And then a third one we've been watching is Community, and we've already watched Community, but my boyfriend is just he's he's a big fan of Community, so it's I would say is it a comedy show about I think it's like a bunch of misfits going to community college. So you have a lot of different characters, a lot of different personalities, and they end up in the same study group. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. But yeah, also kind of problematic series at times. But there are just some characters in there which I love. I love Troy and Abed. They are what keeps the show together. So so we are watching that again. And one last tip that I will give you, which is not on Netflix, but here on YouTube, is Khadija Mbowe. So that's her last name is Mbowe, Khadija Mbowe. And she has some, I don't know how to say it. I think kind of like a review video of series, but also so she recorded a video about Bridgerton and how it kind of may also be problematic, that there is still some racism in there, even though they have a lot of black actors in the cast, but you know the blackest one was still the most evil one in the whole series. So she's kind of talking about that, and she also had a whole episode on the interview with Meghan Markle, or Duchess Meghan, and kind of dove into the history, and it was just very informational. Do you say it like that? No, informative, very educational, and just really, really funny. I mean, she got drunk in that episode. Yeah, but I just really recommend her channel. I've actually seen someone recommend that to me on my podcast as well. So thank you for that. And yeah, so that's the last watching recommendation that I will give. Oh, Renske says The Irregulars is the name of the show with the kids on the Baker Street. The Irregulars. Okay, I'll have to save that because, you know, one day it's recommended in your Netflix account and then the other day it's like gone and you can't find it anymore. So I'll be sure to look that up and add it to my list because I watched like half of the trailer and it was like, yes, I need to watch this. And I'm also kind of bummed that I don't have Disney Plus anymore. We just had a 1-month trial because I really want to watch the rest of WandaVision. So I might be getting another subscription of that. Yeah, so I think that is all. I've also been doing a lot of video gaming still. I remember last time I was talking about RuneScape. Now I've been doing a lot of Dungeon Keeper. Any 90s kids here? Um, yeah, yeah, video gaming is keeping me sane. And yeah. um, yeah, I think that was all for this episode. I'm gonna drink some more water and see if some more questions come up. Yeah, but otherwise I'll be back in 2 weeks. And just know that in every other week, so in the weeks that I'm not podcasting, I'm publishing a designer talk video on my Patreon page. So I'm up to my third episode now, which is coming out next week. And that will be all about pattern testing, how to go look for testers, and everything that is involved. Well, not everything, because there's a lot involved in pattern testing. Um, how do you find pattern testers? Where do you send them to? So what kind of platform do you have a group on? And then how do you share the pattern? How do you know if a tester is a right fit for you? All of those kind of topics. That will be the topic of my next designer talk. Right, so I think that is all for today. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you, Mika. And thank you to everyone else who has been here with me and chatting with me, keeping me company. Yeah. Okay, so let me know if you have any more questions, just put them in the comments here and I will come back to them in a few days. Bye, Faye. Thank you so much. Okay, so I hope you are all having a lovely day and that you're looking forward to the Easter weekend. I don't know if you've anything planned. I think I have lots of chocolate eating planned. Yeah. All right. I'll see y'all next time. Have a lovely day. And last thing I will say, the scrap along ends today, and you can still enter your makes into the prize thread in my Facebook group. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Ivana. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, Chris. See you next time. Bye-bye.